Well, hello guys and welcome to this lecture. In this lecture we will create the first spinner. So let's get started. Simply define a new div and let's give it an ID and let's call this one spinner1 like this. And then inside the div let's create a new div and let's call this one rect like this as a rectangle. And let's define a second div and let's call this one like rect2. Okay, and close it. So right now let's style it a bit. So I will just add the style tag into my header, into my head, and you can obviously use your own CSS style like file. Okay, that's up to you. So I will just define the spinner one and let's give it some margin, right? So that it don't spin in the top left corner. So like margin of 100 pixels. And the position will be relative like this. So yeah, and semicolon. So right now let's define the rectangles. So first of all, the ID, and let's write rect. And we want the position to be absolute, like this. We want it to be in the top left corner. Okay, so top 0, left 0, like this. We want the width to be like 100 pixels. Yeah, let's say 100, and the height to be like 100 so that it is a rectangle. And let's also add the background color. So background color will be, we can use yellow or green yellow, it's up to you. I will just write in here yellow. So right now you can see the rectangle, so that's great. Let's define the second one. So ID rect2, and in here we want to do exactly the same, but this time we only change the color. So it won't be yellow, but it will be the green yellow. Okay, so like this, and hit save. So right now what we can do is define the animation, and we will do that using the keyframes. So add keyframes, and let's call this animation turn. And at the beginning of the animation we want the transform to be rotate and 0 degree. Okay, so we won't rotate anything, right? It will just stay the same. And at the 100% of the animation we want the transform to be rotate but 360 degree. You can also put there like one turn, that also work. So yeah, but 360 degree is also fine. So it's up to you, what do you use. And right now we can also define the animation. So in here let's write animation, and the name of our animation is turn, so that is the first argument. So let's write just turn, and don't be afraid that it's not like highlighted, like there it's still just white. Don't be afraid of that, it will work as long as you write it without any typos and stuff like that. So then let's define the duration of the animation. So for example 2 seconds. Then let's define the timing functions. So is and out, you can obviously use your own, so some cubic bezier or something like that. And the fourth argument, yeah, is the delay. Okay, so you can define the delay. I will just keep it at 0 seconds, and we want this to be infinitive, so that it spins around forever, right? You can see that the yellow spinner is kind of spinning and the green one is doing nothing. So let's change that. If we add the animation to the green one, right now and hit save, the green one will spin also, but it will just kind of overlay the yellow one, so we don't see the yellow one. So in order to see both of them, I can, for example, add a delay to the green one, so it will start spinning after 1 second. And this animation looks pretty cool, in my opinion. Like, it just, yeah, this one looks definitely good. You can play with this a bit. So for example, set the delay to 0 seconds, but change the duration to 3 seconds and hit save. So it's kind of, the green one is turning a bit slow than the yellow one. So it's up to you, whatever you choose, you can play with that. But that is pretty much it for this lecture. If you have any questions or if something isn't working, feel free to ask and I will see you next time.